Hi, my name is Nikki Woods. Chances are you've come here today because you may be experiencing a noticeable shift in the dynamic at home as your daughter enters into the tumultuous teenage years. This is completely normal. Over the years, you probably had a good understanding of who she is and how she feels. If you thought hard enough about it, you could probably anticipate her reaction before it even occurred. Because she used to let you in. She came to you when she wanted to be consoled, supported, and loved. But now, as your daughter practically walks past you with zero acknowledgement, spends hours on end locked in her bedroom, or ultimately ends up irate with your mere existence whenever you open your mouth, you may feel an overwhelming sense of confusion and uncertainty as you try to understand who this girl even is anymore. What happened to that young, happy, connected little girl who divulged everything to you? The one who yearned for your attention all day, every day. Why has everything changed so drastically? Although you may feel as though she sees you as the problem, blaming you for her angst, sadness, and frustration, it's important that you understand that's not the case. The reality is that your daughter is living a whole existence that you may know nothing about. Each day of her life is filled with innumerable stressors as she blindly tries to navigate school, friends, romantic partners, and most importantly, the physiological changes that are occurring in her mind and body. It's natural as parents to impulsively respond to her behaviors. Maybe her ambivalence towards you triggers immense sadness, or perhaps her seemingly overdramatic response to a relatively mild situation ignites anger and resentment. Please know that those feelings are normal, and any parent would be lying if they said they never felt that way towards their own children. But as her parents, it will fall on you to find a solution to all of this, to take a step back and work on understanding and appreciating what it is that's occurring underneath the surface. Take, for instance, Sarah. Sarah's a 14-year-old girl who historically had a really wonderful connection to her mother, Patricia. They spent much of their free time together, and every weekend would schedule a morning for just the two of them. Recently, however, those special moments seemed to be occurring less frequently. Instead of seeking her mother out at home each evening, Sarah would lock herself in her room and spend hours texting on the phone. On the weekends, while Patricia would be anticipating some alone time with her daughter, Sarah was instead making plans to see her friends. This was devastating to Patricia, and she struggled to understand why that dynamic between the two of them changed so drastically. Each time she tried to confront Sarah about her growing distance, she was only met with anger and irritation. Every interaction spiraled into tense confrontation. Patricia felt lost and hopeless as she sat back and watched her daughter slowly slip away. An essential element to remedying the situation was for Patricia to gain greater insight into her daughter's psyche, to understand and appreciate the need for Sarah to establish her own sense of autonomy and independence away from her parents, to recognize the significance of her female friendships and why they now have become a central focus of all her time, energy, and attention, and how those friendships now more than ever help nurture her overall sense of self-identity, worth, and esteem. Through this process, Patricia was able to work through her own anxieties and learn to approach her daughter with patience, empathy, and understanding. This not only helped to reestablish open communication, but afforded them the opportunity to create a dynamic that was more conducive to both of their needs in the here and now. The female mind is complex, beautiful and wondrous, but complex. Those parents who understand and appreciate those complexities are the ones who successfully navigate this jungle of adolescence. Without it, you will survive. But just imagine how much better things can play out if you're able to anticipate your daughter's reactions, truly understand the whys of her behavior, and most importantly, know how best to respond. Seem like a daunting task? It can be, but that's where I can help you. For over 15 years, I've specialized in working with preteen and teenage girls and their families. As a psychotherapist and clinician who's had the esteemed privilege of working with this demographic, I've had VIP access into the mind of a teenage girl. All that she hides from you is divulged to me. I've listened for countless hours to all the intricacies of their lives. What triggers insecurities, what makes them feel confident and reassured. This inside knowledge coupled with years of research and education, make me exactly who you need right now. Whenever you're ready, know that I am now a resource for you to help you work to create a more harmonious connection with your daughter, one where she's no longer pushing you away, but rather seeking your advice and support. I want you to have an amazing relationship with your daughter, one that you've always dreamed about. I've added a link to my calendar below this video. Click and find a time that works best for you. Let's talk, free of charge. This is a time to personally walk me through what's going on in your household. I can provide some assistance in how to begin on this journey. You've taken the first step towards finding resolution, but now you're no longer alone in this. I'm here to help and look forward to working with you.